tips for getting over a breakup. Oh.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit more of a somber tone, a little bit more of a serious one. Today we're going to be talking about what to do if you have just recently gone through a breakup. Maybe you had a relationship for a couple of years and you thought things were going really well and you were going to end up married to this person. This was God's person for you. What do you do in the event of a breakup? And as someone who's gone through several breakups in the past, from relationships that I thought were really gonna work, that I thought that God had led us together, you know, that we'd been together for years, and I know what it's like to go through that pain and that like heartache and to actually like physically feel pain from an emotional experience. It's kind of weird. I just want to encourage you guys, let you know that there is hope, that there's light at the end of the tunnel, that things do get better, and as much as life might like really suck today, I want you to put your faith and your trust in God to realize that He has a plan for your life. And so anyways, for today's video, I'm going to be turning the attention over to a couple of my friends who will share their advice and their encouragement. Stick around to the end because I'll jump back in and share my thoughts as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn the attention over to them.
So the relationship did not work out. So how do you move on from a breakup?
It's not really one of those things that you can say, just get over it. Just forget about it. Move on. Get past it, because I don't believe any of that works.
Just take time to heal.
Cry your heart out. Be sad if you have to be sad. Whatever you do, do not bottle up all that emotion and hurt inside.
If there's any bitterness, any anger, make sure you talk to that person and really close that relationship out.
If this person is, someone God clearly shut the door from like being in your life, unfollow them. That will be a very, very healthy step to heal from your breakup.
Don't go back to that person. Don't try to be friends with them. Don't try to have this relationship where you guys are still texting and calling. No, cut the relationship completely off, because the longer you keep that door open, the more your heart is going to continue to be engaged with that person, and the longer it's going to take you to move on.
Simply reset. Reset everything to where it's about you and God, and that's it.
Take tomorrow slowly. Take next week slowly. Don't jump into a bad relationship. Don't make mistakes you're going to regret the next day.
Draw close to your family. Draw close to the Lord.
Take time to spend time with the Lord, to take time to maybe reflect a little bit. I mean, maybe it was their fault. Maybe it was your fault. Maybe you both were at fault.
Sometimes some of the greatest blessings actually come from breakups, and it might be hard to understand that at the time, but as you go through it, you'll start to see that maybe God didn't want that person in your life for a certain or particular reason.
But just give it a little bit of time and know that it will get better. And I would happily do that breakup over and over and over again, just knowing that it would someday lead me to end up meeting my husband.
Taking some time to reflect on this relationship that you had that you're no longer in, and maybe learn some things from it.
Maybe that person just really wasn't for you, or how about this? Maybe you weren't ready for that relationship.
When the time's right, you will find someone and you'll be able to try a new relationship.
So even though it hurts now, you'll be really thankful in the end that it led you to meet the person of your dreams.
Well, there you guys have it. Before I jump in and share my thoughts, I want to encourage you guys, those of you guys who are watching, especially if you've been through this in the past, I want you to share some encouragement and some advice and some, prayers even in the comment section below to help anyone who's going through this difficult time. But as for me, what advice would I want to give to you? Summed up in one word, my advice is to trust, to put your faith in God. Realize again that He has a plan for your life. In many areas of our life as Christians, it's difficult many times at crossroads to trust our plan or God's plan. I mean, I know that I did this. I had people that I was in relationships with in the past. Like I was 100% convinced that this was the person for me. Things went on for years and years and years, and it never worked. Or it didn't work out at the very end of it all. And things ended very poorly. And so in those moments, I was oftentimes very, very, very confused and very hurt. But what I had oftentimes in my discouragement lost sight of was that God had a plan. And clearly now I'm married to Emily. I'm on the other side of it and things are great. But kind of the flip side to that is I realized that if things worked out in those previous relationships, I would never be married to Emily. And in many situations, if things didn't fail, quote unquote, fail in the way that they failed in the past, I actually would be a very different person, that I wouldn't have quite the skills or the interpersonal, communication abilities or whatever the case is to make my current relationship successful. And so what I realized that is that a lot of times those quote unquote failed relationships actually taught me a lot, and I grew from them and I learned a lot. And so at the end of the day, I'm grateful that they didn't work out, because now I get to experience God's best, and I also get to become a better person as a result of it. So if you're going through this, again, I'm so sorry, but my encouragement to you would just simply be to trust. You can go through the pain and the grieving process for sure, but my encouragement to you would be to trust. God knows what He's doing. God has a plan. He hasn't forsaken you. And even though it might be hard to visualize it, hard to realize it, something great is about to come. And so I want to encourage you to put your trust in Him. So that's it. Hopefully that's helpful. If you need any more advice, or if you need prayer or anything else like that, just hit me up on Instagram or Facebook or something like that. I'd love to pray with you and to encourage you in this moment. But yeah, until the next video, I will see you then. I guess I don't quite know how to end this one, because it's such a touchy subject, but hopefully this video helps, and I will see you guys next time.